Hi everyone, how everyone's doing? I'm alright. I just had yesterday I had an injection in my lower back. I'm a little sore. Trust me, I'm not feeling great. Trust me. Injection nerve blocker. I have to get. I gotta get a nerve blocker in a couple weeks as well. Either my neck or my lower back or my upper back. Trust me. Hopefully it lasts a while. So. How you doing? Yeah, I changed my name. I think that's most better. Yeah. How you doing today? Yeah, just had a nerve blocker injection, so my back is kind of sore. So, how you doing, Brizzy? Yeah, Brizzy, long time no see. Yeah. How you been? Yeah, certain names I remember. Yeah, I'm just having soup. My back is kind of sore, my lower back. I have an MRI on Friday. Let's see what happens. And I'm getting my back up in tomorrow, so hopefully it feels much better. I don't know if you still subscribe, because sometimes YouTube unsubscribes you if you're not here in a while. So you might have to resubscribe. Oh, yeah. So you might. I'm not sure how the rules work, but that's good. So you've been on YouTube. That means it keeps you subscribed if you still use YouTube for a month. Like if you're not on YouTube straight for a month, it unsubscribes you. Which makes sense because you're not using the platform. Oh, you have YouTube Premium? That's good. I used to have it, but I can't afford it right now. Maybe one day. Yeah, but I'm not monetized, so it doesn't really matter. Maybe one day when I can afford it again, I'll get it again. Yeah. Who's who is your provider, Sean B? Not J Man. Do you have who's your phone provider? I can maybe cut that into $16 less. I just want to ask J Man, who's your provider? Who's your phone provider? Because I want to save you some money. That's why I asked. Because I used to have it. I wasn't paying 16. That's why I'm asking. I was paying less. If it's Verizon, you could get it for 10. You just gotta go to the app. Oh, I was getting it for $10 a month. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Yep. Mhm. I understand. But if you decide to switch to Verizon, it's worth it. Because you can also get Netflix and HBO for $10 a month. It's combined. Because separate is more money. So my phone bill, it'll be, I think it's like next month it'll be less. I'm not really sure. I gotta check. It was like $72 for that. I'm not really sure. But that's not bad though. I only got Netflix because of WWE. Because they have the Monday Night Raw. But otherwise, I want not gotten it. If if Netflix leaves if WWE leaves Netflix, I won't get. I'll leave it. No, I never watched that, and I don't understand your question. Everyone that's here, please like and subscribe. No, I never watched that. I was before I got this on this live. Alec Baldwin crashed his car in upstate New York. If somebody could, find me the link and send it to me. Oh yeah, I don't really watch anime. The last anime I watched was Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon. I don't really live with my family, but and my family, we don't really get along. Clark, we don't talk about religion in this chat. I understand, but the reason I say that because not everybody believes in Jesus. J-Man, can you delete the Jesus comment? Yeah. Clark Kent gotta go. Clark Kent is annoying me. I already told you, we don't talk about religion. Today I'm not in the mood to talk about religion. We don't talk about religion and politics. Not on this channel. Bro, people don't get it. Thank you, J-Man. I love watching this show, The Last Meals.
Hi, I'm Ed Sheeran, and this is my last meal.
Every person has exactly two things in common. We all gotta eat and we're all gonna die. Today's guest is one of the most successful recording artists of all time with more than 200 million albums sold, almost 60 billion Spotify streams, and his new album, Play, is out now. He's still the police's lead suspect in a petty theft case from more than 17 years ago. Ed Sheeran, welcome to the show.
What was the case?
Ed, it's 2008.
Right.
You're in Dalston. You're on the corner of the A10 and Shacklewell Lane. Ed,
How do you know this?
why'd you do it?
How do you know this? Oh my God, it was a bigger bottle than this. This wouldn't have been worth it. It was a proper big bottle. And
How big are we talking?
It was the one that they have in the restaurant, and at this time, so you couldn't buy this in the supermarket.
So that's what led you to the life of crime.
Yeah, but you know what? It smashed in my backpack, and all of that hot sauce went all over all of my equipment, all of my CDs that I was selling, and it was a life lesson. Don't steal.
Well, have you thought about your last meal before?
Yeah,
I have.
I actually have.
What the hell? I didn't even spill nothing on this shit. I hate when your fucking laptop starts acting up. Technology's terrible sometimes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Just because it's a conversation that comes up, you know, having a pint with someone. What's your death row meal?
Yeah. What was the first round draft pick in the death row meal? Like,
It's
what's
always
the
all proficient chips is always my death row meal. Yeah.
I cannot wait.
Yeah,
To hear
scampi chips, battered sausage, cover it with salt and vinegar.
I have to have some
eat it on
ice
the
cream.
beach. Bosh.
that. Bosh indeed.
Bosh.
Did I nail the pronunciation of that?
It's more like. I was just about to go bosh.
I have to have
but-
peanut butter
Maybe
cups.
that's-
or
no.
cookies and cream.
No, let's go back to this. And this is Bosh? Bosh. How often do you think about death?
I guess every day. Every day you always think about something. Just
but
in a
cookies
car
and cream
today, I
gotta
sat
be
in the car and
included.
20 seconds into the journey, I was like, damn, I got to put my seatbelt on. I forgot.
No,
I
but
don't-
cookies and cream
So
gotta
you're
be
talking
included.
about
Well,
Ipswich.
this is the difference between football and football. In England,
Wait, sorry. Sometimes my internet, my freaking laptop starts
like
acting
phrase on me. It doesn't sound Scottish, anything there.
Yeah, you go
deep
to,
fried
like,
pizza is really good.
I ate a deep fried Mars bar with Gordon Ramsay once. And that
For real?
isn't to name drop, but he's a Scottish man.
I know he
It's
is,
Scottish food.
but he doesn't sound Scottish.
I think he was born in Scotland and he's a Rangers fan.
Lewis Capaldi is a massive Celtic fan, and he wrote a Celtic phrase on me that I got tattooed. That's like tattooed on my back. So whenever I meet a Celtic fan, I've just got Lewis Capaldi's handwriting.
That's pretty sweet, though.
He's got my handwriting on his leg with my football team, but he's got like 2 tattoos.
When you say your football team, are you talking about the Tennessee Titans or are you talking about
Well,
Ipswich?
this is the difference between football and football. In England, football is a game where you use your feet, and in America, football is a game where you use your hands.
Yeah, I can see how you would be confused because I feel like we got that one right. But also, if you think about the fact that our football is the one where you repeatedly bash your heads together, you could see how we would come up with the wrong name.
I like NFL. I like watching
NFL too.
It does confuse me that it's called football.
Please dig into the bread and butter. So this is from our favorite bakery in LA. It's a place called Justa.
That bang.
Cultured butter from Normandy, a little bit of fleur de sel on top. Speaking of international influences, Ed, you have a new album. It's called Play. There's a lot of international influences on it, from India, from Iran, from beyond. One of my favorite things is learning new cooking techniques from people from other cultures, because for me, it gets me to like rethink all the rules that I grew up learning.
What the fuck? I didn't even press no. You hadn't even pressed
That
shit.
bang.
Oh, look at that.
Cultured butter from Normandy, a little bit of fleur de sel on top. Speaking of international influences, Ed, you have a new album. It's called Play. There's a lot of international influences on it, from India, from Iran, from beyond. One of my favorite things is learning new cooking techniques.
Everyone,
from
please
people
hit
from
that
other
like
cultures,
button.
'cause for me, it gets me to like.
I got 7
rethink
people
all
here,
the
only
rules
1
that I
like.
grew up
That's not
learning,
good.
And they can teach you bigger lessons around the world. Have you ever been taught like a big life lesson
How you
from
doing?
an international artist you collaborated with?
I think the
Hills.
biggest life lesson is like music really it does like break down barriers. And I think I've learned so much
Thank you for
about
joining me.
culture through music. And music has been the door opener for me to
I
like
love
sit
music
down
too.
with people and hear about their life and their experience. And I started off life as a singer-songwriter, and had I remained an acoustic singer-songwriter, my life would be far less rich in diversity as it is now. I feel like I can travel the world and music is my passport. I know that sounds really cheesy, but I go places and I end up being brought to areas of countries that I would never usually see through music. And I think it's hugely important. Also just to understand people and where they're coming from. And it's about not being like obtuse.
Let's get me
You're
3 more,
speaking a
3 more
universal
likes.
language with people who sort of at least
I
share
know
the same
Cat Randall
creative
didn't
values
like.
in trying to make something beautiful. Yeah.
Totally.
I found your opening song on Play really interesting because it was almost like you were wiping this emotional slate clean. Where you said like you cried tears at your brother's grave, you shook hands with your wife's surgeon, now the day burst wild and open. But then the actual album from that point burst wild and open with like Sapphire and Azizem. Did you feel like you were hitting a reset button, and was that for you or was that for the
All right.
listener?
That was for me, and I feel like Sapphire was the first song on the album
Stay
originally, and I
safe.
just felt that it was jarring to me that the album
If
just
you could come back later, you
begun,
come
then it
back
was like,
later.
oh my God,
but I'll be
everything's so
here.
happy that the last record was like really emotional and deep and about depression and grief, and then suddenly this record isn't.
Yeah.
I
Thank you
wanted
for
to have a
joining me.
bridge
Before you leave,
between
hit
the
me.
two to explain what's happened in the last 2.5 years for
Before
me to
you
get to
leave,
this
hit that
point.
like button.
When you go like from Azizem into like Old Phone, right? It's kind of like this beautiful roller
you did it
coaster
right.
that you're riding, right? Old Phone talks a lot about the idea of like nostalgia, and then right, and just like a banger of Symmetry. It almost feels like you're like writing these like big, loud, like they're bops, right? Like Symmetry has that just like heavy Hindi,
Thank you.
sample on it. But then Old Phone is kind of like delving back into this like kind of
People
dealing
are
with your own
creeps.
emotions. It almost feels like you
I
were
ain't stop jerking off.
trying
I'm
to
not
find like an
jerking off, I'm
excuse to
eating.
write these big happy songs. There was almost like this
You're
sense
so
of like
idiot.
guilt behind it. Or am I reading way too far into it?
I wouldn't say guilt, but I feel like a necessity to try and enjoy myself again.
Yeah.
And like I feel like you can live in grief and depression
You
and
just
just
fucking can't.
be in it. But at some point, it's good to try and
Animals.
find ways out of it. And I feel Azizam was a way out of it. Sapphire was a way out of it. Symmetry was a way out of it. Yeah, making music like that makes me inherently happy and upbeat. And I don't know, a song like Old Phone, I feel needed to be written, but that's still me dwelling in the past rather than
How you doing? How you
pushing
doing?
towards the future.
Sean B.
You're going on your Loop tour starting at the end of 2025.
Yeah.
Kicks off in North America, middle of 2026.
Noodles.
Are you bringing your family along for this tour?
My girls have been on tour with me since start of mathematics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like my life only works when we're together.
It feels like you've done almost everything that you can in the music industry. What keeps you still traveling for like an entire year at a time? Is any of it obligation, or are you just like, this is what you were meant to do?
I don't think any.
on
I
stage?
don't think any of it's obligation. I really enjoy my career. I love
Sean B, what you
touring.
have for
I
dinner?
love songwriting. Touring has got to a point now because of where my career's at that it can fit around my family and I can
Chicken
dictate
flavor.
what I do. So if I'm like, I only want to play Saturdays, that's what I do. If I want to play Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I can do that as well. But if that feels like too much, then I'll say I just want to play Saturdays. And I think being in at a stage in my career where my family life takes precedent and I can do all of that as well, it's kind of the perfect balance.
Yeah. You've talked about the feeling of getting off stage. You have, 50, 100,000 people roaring at you, and then suddenly you're almost in this vacuum, just completely by yourself, listening to the sound of the air conditioning.
What kind
How
of
much
pizza?
better does it feel now
Pepperoni or
listening to
regular?
the sound of your screaming children instead of the air conditioning unit alone?
No, it's nice. It's nice having them on the
I wish I
road.
could have pizza, but
Finishing
my
a show
stomach.
now, it's not necessarily screaming children, but it's climbing into bed with your children, which I think is a really wholesome thing to be able to do on the road. My life used to not be that wholesome on the road. It used to be finish a show and go out and drink as many of those as you possibly can.
Yeah. And for course number 2, we have Aldeboro scampi and chips with battered sausages, and we have the Sarson's vinegar, of course. Please dig in, man.
It's 10 out of 10 for effort, but I don't think America
Pepperoni
can
and
ever
mushrooms on
make
and onions on it.
British
Never
fish and
had
chips,
that.
you know?
Why do you think that is? What do you think the biggest thing separating fish and chip culture from
Where
the
you
UK
got
and
it
America
from?
is?
The Atlantic Ocean. We have one of those too. But I mean, the type of fish that we eat, you don't eat. And man, these scampi are like aggressively large.
Everything's bigger in America.
Is that the
That's the sausage. So this is the sausage.
There you go. Oh, now we're talking.
It seems like there's almost an interesting paradox with being a pop star because you can never be the underdog again. Society raises people up just so they can tear them down, just so they can raise them up again? Or do you think it's more complicated than that?
I don't think society raised people up just to raise them down. I think society raised people up because they like seeing people who shouldn't usually do well.
Yeah.
And then I think once they've done well, they kind of want to see the next person do it.
Yeah.
I think.
What stage do you think you're at in your career regarding that?
I think I've had my up and my down, and I think I'm level. I don't struggle to sell tickets. People are still at least like interested when I put out records, even if they don't like them, they at least check for them. I don't think I'm in some sort of like bargain bin somewhere. I'm just existing. I get to tour the music that I've made. I get to release music that every now and then people are interested in.
You've raised a hell of a high bar for just existing, though.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think it's kind of incredible.
Thank you.
Even thinking about, though, the way that journalists write about
I'm just well
play.
asking where
I
you
remember
got it
when
from. I'm
Azzy Sam
interested.
came out, I read a review that talked about how Azzy Sam was like, oh, just another
Like
Ed Sheeran safe
Papa
pop song.
John's.
And I was like, I don't know that I've ever heard Farsi on the radio, dude.
I feel like a lot of people have their minds made up on me, and no matter what I do,
Yeah.
it won't change their mind. But I think that's also like it's almost a superpower because I never
That
have to
sounds
like
good.
do anything to appease anyone because they
Johnny's
think what they
Pizza.
think. So I
Sure.
just get to do what I want to do, make what I
Well, I
want to
heard
make. Like I
Johnny's-
had so much fun
I've heard
making
of
Azzy
it.
Sam. The whole process from making the song to being in the studio and recording with like fantastic instruments that I didn't even know existed before, working with like Persian singers and artists on that tune, and then shooting the video and then it coming out. So anyone saying anything reductive after that point, it's sort of irrelevant because all of the joy that I've found from that song is what makes that song worth it.
Yeah.
And
I bet you it was good. Alexa, what you doing? No. Alexa? That's good. My back hurts because I got an injection in my thoracic spine. It feels kind of sore. Lucky you. And you lucky you don't have acid reflux. And you can eat pizza every week. Me, I can't have pizza every week. If I had pizza every week, my ass would be in the hospital because that sauce causes acid reflux. I will have to get pizza that's doesn't have that has tomato sauce. What does 260 10 years ago? No, you didn't. You wouldn't be talking to us. Oh, oh. Oh, all right. I had my gallbladder when I had in 2021, sometime in August. Because my gallbladder was very close to rupturing. Yep. Yeah, it was the size of a baseball. The you ever the rock. The stone. I had emergency surgery. Yep. I felt good though afterwards. And then a week later, I met him on them. Yeah. Well, I think it was the same week. I'm not really sure. Kept me in the hospital for like 2-3 days to make sure nothing else was going wrong. They knew something was wrong. That I had a fever of 103, 104, and I was screaming like like there was no tomorrow. The ultrasound. I was screaming like everyone. Don't forget hit that likey and that subby. Yeah. Caravan, I'll be fine. The doctor said I'm in perfect weight. I'm just chilling. Hi, Jenny. That's a cute picture. There's not really a subject here. I'm just talking. Sometimes I play some video, just talk about myself, mental health. Oh, what? You know, I'm here just to make friends. But how you doing today, though? I hope you're doing pretty well. It's okay.
Forget what you know.
Oh, let me see, cause I heard earlier that what I was thinking about what's his name again? Alec Baldwin. He crashed his car earlier today. I was putting it in the chat, but in Richard's chat earlier, but nobody was paying attention. He's okay though. Yeah.
Never.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. Not the middle Baldwin, Alec, the one that was on trial. No, that's fine. We talking about the celebrity. She's not talking about her age. Thank you, Hills. She's not saying I'm 82. Yeah, but we don't talk about our age here. Because of we never know, because we got predators here. That's why. And if we got people under 18, you never know. She didn't know the rules. Don't block her or anybody. Oh yeah, he messed up the his front rear of his car. He didn't get injured though, Alec Baldwin. You're good. They're just towing his van. his car's not totaled, his van, but he's gonna need a whole new front the whole thing's gonna be needed. Yeah, he's gonna need the whole thing. The whole thing is gonna be needed to be fixed. Yeah, you don't have to apologize. You good. You didn't know. No, just don't talk about your age. It's for your it's for your safety. I, you know the basic things. You can like people tell like
Mom.
if people ask certain questions about that you think is too personal, don't answer it. Like people ask what state you from, that's fine. Just don't tell them like what city you from, cause I wouldn't.
There's a
Cause some people, you know, they like to dox people and stuff. Like you know what questions not to answers. I'm just trying to protect the women and the children here, and the people that are very vulnerable.
Your YouTube videos aren't as good.
Yeah, it's for your safety. That's why I tell people not to talk about their age and stuff like that. Especially if you're, especially if you're under 18. Because this channel's not for minors, anyways. Yeah. And you don't want to dox yourself. Yeah. You like it quiet. You do not want to be harassed. You're already. Like I understand. I'd be harassed by these spam calls already. I love these videos. How is it made?
There is some
How is it made? Noodles, pasta, and mac and cheese. Do y'all watch that type of stuff? Like how the cup of noodles and stuff is being made? Because it's good to know that shit. I'm gonna play it, see what they say.
There is something many people never stop to consider. In your kitchen cabinet, a pack of instant noodles could
You know,
sit
a
for
lot of the
whole year.
ingredients are gonna change though,
Yet,
because
with just
the
hot
way the
water,
FDA are
it
changing
springs back to
shit.
life in minutes. How can food made only from flour and water survive so long without spoiling? According to the World Instant Noodles Association,
Thank you, Sean.
more than 120 billion packs are eaten every year worldwide. That number makes the question of shelf life even more pressing. Does the secret come from preservatives? Or is there another hidden process at work?
There's preservatives
Today,
and everything.
we step inside the
Even
factory
in
to uncover the
vegetables.
answer. Instant noodles were invented in 1958 by Momofuku Ando in Japan. Post-war Japan faced food shortages, and people waited hours in line for fresh ramen. Ando's idea was simple: a cheap meal, quick to prepare, easy to store. His invention spread across Asia in the 1960s and to the United States in the 1970s. For students, night shift workers, and busy families, it became a lifesaver.
Yeah, but it tastes
A
man
meal
good.
that cost pennies and took minutes shaped a global habit still alive today.
Yep. It tastes so good, but it has a lot of salt. They just gotta change the ingredients. It's good though when you're sick.
The journey begins with flour. Trucks unload tons of wheat flour into giant silos that tower above the factory floor. From there, automatic feeders transfer precise amounts into stainless steel mixers.
Just listen to what they say. I'm about to turn off my light because I'm getting a headache. I get migraines. So we'll go
Inside each mixer, spinning
in the
arms
dark.
fold flour, water, and salt into a heavy paste. Every batch can weigh more than 200 kilograms. The machines run continuously, producing enough dough to supply several cutting lines at once. Moisture must be exact, usually between 30 and 32%.
It's
Too
not
much
that bad.
water makes the noodles sticky and fragile,
Oh, you don't
while
want that.
too little leaves them dry and crumbly.
You don't want that either.
Sensors measure and adjust in real time, ensuring the right texture.
No, I'm not calling it.
After kneading, the dough rests for about 20 minutes. This allows gluten strands to relax and align. Without this pause, the noodles would tear when rolled into thin sheets. Rested dough enters a series of heavy rollers.
Each roller narrows the gap by fractions of a millimeter. What begins as a block thicker than your arm becomes a continuous sheet thinner than paper.
Wow, thinner than paper, wow. Hit that like and subscribe button, guys.
The rolling process also strengthens gluten networks. With every pass, the sheet becomes more elastic,
They do have
giving
gluten-free
noodles their
options as
springy
well.
bite. Operators adjust pressure and speed depending on whether the final product is ramen, udon, or vermicelli.
But I didn't know they have those options.
Once the sheet reaches the right thickness, cutters come into play. Rows of sharp blades slice strands at incredible speed, up to 500 cuts per second. Different blade patterns produce different noodles: thin threads for soup, wavy ribbons for ramen cups, or wide flat strips for stir-fry packs.
Which one do you recommend?
To prevent sticking, nozzles dust the strands with starch.
It's kind of awkward.
Conveyor belts keep noodles moving in parallel lanes, separating them into uniform portions. Raw noodles cannot survive long in storage. First, they pass through steaming tunnels where jets of vapor cook them evenly. Temperatures reach 100 degrees Celsius, and the process takes about 1 minute. This step fixes their texture and prevents breakage later.
The rice and roni.
Immediately after steaming, the noodles head to fryers. Stainless steel baskets dip them into hot oil at 140 to 160 degrees Celsius. In less than 2 minutes, almost 80% of the water content vanishes. The noodles emerge firm, crisp, and golden. This oil flash frying is the real secret to shelf life. By driving out water, it creates an environment where mold and bacteria cannot grow without relying on chemical preservatives. Have you ever found an old pack of noodles in your cupboard and still eaten it?
Yes.
Hit the like button if that thought feels both convenient and a little unsettling. Although frying removes most moisture, traces still remain. To finish the job, noodles travel through hot air dryers. Here, powerful fans circulate air at 70 to 90 degrees Celsius for several minutes. Humidity sensors keep levels below 10%, the safe threshold for long storage. While drying, machines arrange noodles into molds. Some molds are square, designed to fit flat packets. Others are round, perfect for cup noodles. Hydraulic presses gently compress each portion, locking it into the familiar block shape.
Interesting. We learn something every day.
This shaping is not only for convenience. The block's design helps water penetrate evenly during cooking, so the noodles soften in just 3 minutes. Without this careful molding, rehydration would be uneven and unsatisfying.
No, not really.
Flavor gives each brand its identity. Giant kettles prepare soup bases, chicken, beef, or spicy blends. Ingredients simmer for hours before being dehydrated into powders or granules. In some factories, flavor oil pouches are filled with chili, sesame, or garlic essence.
I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me that, Jenny.
Packaging machines synchronize noodles with their seasonings. Robotic arms drop one block and one set of packets into each wrapper. The plastic film, lined with aluminum foil, is heat sealed in less than a second.
They got 30 flavors up to.
Conveyors carry the finished packs through metal detectors and X-ray scanners.
They make up to
Any
200,000
package
a
with
day.
missing parts or foreign particles is rejected instantly. Taste panels sample random batches daily, checking texture, aroma, and flavor consistency. Finally, cartons hold dozens of packs each. Pallets roll into warehouses, ready to ship worldwide. From start to finish, a single line can produce 600 packs per minute, enough to feed an entire city by nightfall.
Wow. No.
But the story does not end with instant noodles. The United States has now overtaken Italy as the world's largest pasta market, with
I think that's it. I think I'm calling it a night.
The Capitol New York State Assembly has now passed the controversial Medical Aid in Dying Act.
This bill would allow terminally ill adults to end their life by taking prescribed medication. As our Capitol correspondent Jamie DeLine explains tonight, there are strong opinions on both sides of the debate.
10 years after the bill was first introduced, the New York State Assembly voted to pass the Medical Aid in Dying Act.
Initially, it was, I don't want to say a strange concept, but it wasn't a concept that was embraced by a lot of the members and the community yet. And then slowly,
Jen, I hope to see you here again.
Really stepped up their game, came here, and worked very hard to convince a lot of members to become sponsors.
The bill would allow terminally ill adults with 6 months or less to live to request and self-administer medication to die. Before the prescription is given, doctors would have to sign off and conduct a mental health evaluation. 10 other states and Washington, D.C. have similar legislation.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Advocates say this will allow people to have more dignity and to pass away peacefully. However, the bill is controversial and has been strongly criticized by New York Catholic bishops. It is also opposed by the Center for Disability Rights.
Other proponents of the measure would have you believe that this is about controlling pain and that this is used to end suffering. But we really
People could use this saying, I have back pain like me and I want to die.
Because of acquired disabilities from their illness.
Max Rodriguez, manager of government affairs for the Center of Disability Rights, says there's also a concern that the legislation could be expanded in the future to include other types of conditions. Instead, the center would like to see more resources allocated for end-of-life care. While Medical Aid in Dying passed in the Assembly, it isn't law just yet. The bill is currently in committee and hasn't been taken up by the state Senate. In Albany, I'm Jamie DeLine.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Talk to you guys soon.
Happening at the state capitol.